Welcome back to video number 2 for this day. Remember, no royal family video today. And if you are seeing this before number 1, please go to my channel and watch number 1 first, okay? Looks like Harry's trying to set up an alternative royal court. Can you believe this? Let's jump in and cover it, shall we? Let's go. Well, come to find out, when Harry flew over to the UK to attend the funeral, it was not the actual funeral, it was a service of Thanksgiving for his uncle. Apparently, Buckingham Palace offered to give Harry a place to stay, but he decided no, he'd rather stay with the Spencer side of the family. Now, I've been giving this a lot of thought. Charles Spencer was not very nice to his sister when she was alive. During her divorce, as I showed you in a previous video, she wrote to him and asked to stay on the grounds there, and he told her no. As a matter of fact, he said, we're not that close anymore, and I just have to make the best decision for me and my family. But as soon as she died, he had her brought straight there, buried on his property. He built a temple. He charges people to come in, and he's constantly making money now off of his sister, off the death of his sister, his relation to his sister, and the memory of his sister. And I've told you that in a previous video also. Everything he talks about is Diana, Diana, Diana. But he didn't do that much for Diana when she was alive. Now, I'm not the only person who noticed that. One of my subscribers, as you can see above, also pointed out that Charles Spencer did not help Diana during her lifetime because he was jealous and I think sexist. I agree with that. But, he made sure that he buried Diana on his property. Anyway, word out is that it is the Spencer side of the family that's trying to bring William and Harry back together. And of course, we know that William is not having any part of it. And we also know that Charles Spencer, Diana's brother, there's absolutely no love lost between him and the Wales side of the family. So I was listening to Talk TV with Kinsey Schofield was there as a guest, and it was something that was said that struck me to my core. Listen to this.
But you're right, there's this weird narrative that some of the media is taking. One of the things we discussed, and I even have been arguing with this with Fox News, is that the Daily Beast, for instance, wrote that the Spencer family is trying to intervene here and be the ones that reunite these brothers because it was Lady Jane's husband, Robert Fellows, that passed away, Princess Diana's sister. It was her husband. And you and I both kind of agree that to us seems more of Prince Harry setting up a separate court, a competing court in the UK through the rich history, the aristocratic history of the Spencer family, knowing that there is no love lost between Earl Spencer, Princess Diana's brother.
Then went on to spend the night at Althorpe House, where Charlie Althorpe lives and where Diana is buried. So Harry is pitching his tent with the Althorpes. Now that means there's 2 courts here. So if Harry is going to start coming back to Britain a lot more, and we hear that's what he wants to do because he's unsettled, he's unhappy in America, and he misses his friends, he misses British life. If he's going to come back, it'll be on that basis, to be part of the Althorpe clan, almost in rivalry to King Charles's Windsor clan.
So there you have it. My thought process was just confirmed by what I heard on the news. Harry and Meghan had tried to set up their own court, and remember, the Queen said absolutely not. Then Harry and Meghan left for the United States. Harry wants to come back. The royal family's not having him back, but the Spencers will have him back. So it sounds like that's where he's going to be, as they said on the news, pitching his tent. Could you imagine? So now you have to look at Harry and what's going on in his life. He's turning 40 in like 8 days. He spends his time just riding around on his electric e-bike, followed around by security, of course, in a Range Rover, it's being reported. Or he walks his dog alone on the beach. Or he's, meditating. When they say that he literally rattles around in his mansion by himself all day, that's exactly what's going on. Now, they're trying to say that he's so busy from sunup to sundown, and they try to put a positive spin on it. They said he speaks with staff, he walks his garden, he enjoys the birds, he does meditation, he writes in his diary every day. Sometimes he works out with his personal trainer. I'm sorry, but that sounds like one of the most boring life I've ever heard. So everything that's being reported is absolutely true. Now, the neighbors have come out and said Harry and Meghan keep to themselves. You'll see him walking the dog. You'll see him on the beach. You'll see him on the bicycle. Meghan is nowhere to be found. Now, of course, there could be multiple reasons why Meghan is nowhere to be found. We know that they only work an hour a week, I believe it was. So more than likely, as other people have said, she's not living in that house. She's not around. She's in the office. She's out with her friends. She's flying to the Hamptons. She's more social. She's out and about. She's constantly texting people wanting to hang out. And Harry's just not that interested. I'm sorry. Supposedly, Meghan is throwing him a big 40th birthday party with all A-listers, but the last time that supposedly she threw a party and the A-listers were there, pictures showed up of some of those A-listers in other places. These two remind me so much from the Duke of Windsor and, Wallace Simpson, because he constantly wrote letters slamming the media and the family. And he used to write to this one woman who was a fan of his. Her name was Lillian Boriston, and in a series of letters that he sent to her, he bitterly complained. And she wrote to him and included a poem and insinuated he might be homesick. And this is the response that she got. It was written by the Duke of Windsor's private secretary. Dear Mrs. Boriston, I am desired by the Duke of Windsor to acknowledge your letter of August 30th. His Royal Highness thanks you for your poem and your kind wishes, but asks me at the same time to assure you that the information that His Royal Highness is homesick is entirely without foundation. His Royal Highness wishes me to add that quite apart from rumors in the press, it is not very likely he would be missing the country, which in every way possible tried to humiliate and misrepresent both himself and the Duchess of Windsor. Yep, I can see it. Keep in mind that the royal family, in the meantime, has invited Harry and Meghan for Christmas every year, and every year they have said no. So the family got tired of putting the power in their hands and is no longer giving them an invite. So now the Spencer family, it's being reported, has extended an invite. I think it'll be very interesting to see if Harry and Meghan choose to come with the children to stay at Althorpe. That if Meghan does that, that tells you right there everything you really need to know about her motives. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, put your comments down, then go down into the description box and you'll find the link to video number 3. Follow me over. Let's go.